Imagine a world where justice isn't just a concept, it's a class, a skill tree, and a divine mandate. You are Jane, a former lawyer turned reluctant hero in a reality that has been gamified by the system. But you aren't just any player. You are a Judicator, wielding the power to pass sentence, enforce laws, and smite those who break the cosmic code. Welcome to Judicator Jane 3, the third hilarious, crunchy, and action-packed installment in Brian Rouleau's LitRPG series. If you love unique class mechanics, legal-themed magic systems, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated joy of watching a protagonist use courtroom logic to dismantle dungeon bosses, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in comedic progression fantasy, blending the visceral thrill of combat with the addictive dopamine hit of systemic growth. The narrative kicks off with Jane navigating the aftermath of her previous victories, only to find herself facing a new, more complex legal crisis, a faction of players, or NPCs, who have found a loophole in the system's laws. The atmosphere is thick with the tension of bureaucratic intrigue, the hum of magical contracts, and the creeping dread of knowing that every verdict she passes could have unintended consequences for the entire server. Rouleau excels at making the progression feel incredibly grounded and rewarding, turning every case solved, every law rewritten, and every tactical victory feel like a massive, hard-earned step toward establishing order in a chaotic world. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular lawyer-mage trope and the brilliant legal loophole dynamic. This isn't just about swinging a sword, it's about citing precedent, exploiting technicalities, and using the system's own rules against its enemies. Watching Jane reverse-engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered artifacts from rare materials, and completely shock arrogant guild leaders with her sudden, inexplicable mastery of jurisprudence is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Judicator Jane lies in its characters and the heavy burden of responsibility. Jane isn't just a power gamer, she is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of playing judge, jury, and executioner in a world that rewards ruthlessness. She quickly forms bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of allies, monsters, and NPCs who help her navigate the treacherous waters of the game's politics. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as her friends watch her casually object to a dragon's breath attack on procedural grounds. Their unbreakable trust in her provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major faction within the game launches a coordinated assault to challenge her authority, forcing Jane to push her abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. Jane doesn't just survive the assault, she completely shatters the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone for her next expansion. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who writes the laws. Judicator Jane 3 is a triumph of the LitRPG and progression fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Brian Rouleau has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a gavel and a spellbook. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the Judicator. The court is in session, but her future is bright.